Good morning, children. So, this is the last part of the chapter Cash Book. In the previous two videos, we have discussed how to prepare a simple cash book and a triple column cash book. In this, we are going to start how to prepare a petty cash book. As I have discussed beforehand, that the word petty means small. So, petty cash book is a separate cash book prepared to record the small nature cash payments and small nature cash receipt. So as you can read here, petty cash book is a separate cash book prepared by a petty cashier. The one who prepares the main cash book is known as the cashier or the main cashier. And the person or the cashier who prepares the petty cash book is known as a petty cashier. So petty cash book is a separate cash book prepared by a petty cashier to record small cash payments such as postage, stationery, bus fare, taxi fare, cartage, etc. And it is prepared on the basis of impressed system. So on which system is petty cash book prepared? Petty cash book is prepared on impressed system. Now the question arises, what is an impressed system? Basically, many a times it happens that all the business organizations, if they are incurring expenses and receipts in let's say very huge amount, lakhs, 10 lakhs, crores, 5,000, 20,000, 50,000, and if they come over to a transaction of 5 rupees or 10 rupees, so when we show the such small nature transactions in the main cash book, it unnecessarily, first of all, it makes the main cash book very bulky, and on the other hand the presentation doesn't look very much appealing. So in order to protect all that, what is done, a business prepares a separate petty cash book which is looked after by a person known as petty cashier, and he works on impress system. What is impress system? Basically, under impress system of maintaining a petty cash book, the main cashier at the beginning of every month grants a certain sum of money to the petty cashier. At the beginning of every month, the main cashier grants a certain sum of fixed money to the petty cashier to meet the petty expenses during the month. And at the end of the month, the entire accounting data regarding the petty expenses, or we can say the data or accounting of petty cash book, is furnished by the petty cashier to the main cashier, so as to just have a cross check where the petty expenses have been incurred and paid. And after being verified, what does the main cashier does, at the end of the month, after verifying all the petty cash expenses and all the petty cash book transactions, the main cashier again reimburses or refunds the petty cashier the amount he has actually spent. Not the fixed amount again and again he will be giving. No, he will be reimbursing the amount actually spent by the petty cashier, so as to bring him in the same position to which he was granted. For example, suppose if the petty cash expenses has been fixed to rupees 10,000 a month, so what the main cashier will do, at the beginning of the month, let's say the main cashier granted 10,000 rupees to the petty cashier to meet the petty expenses, and during the month the petty cashier, let's say, spent 8,000 on petty expenses. The 2,000 rupees is still left as the balance amount. He actually has spent only 8,000 on petty expenses. So at the end of the month, or we can say the beginning of the next month, what the main cashier will do now, the main cashier will not sanction the amount of 10,000, rather he will be sanctioning only the amount of 8,000. That is actually the amount which will be reimbursed is the actual amount spent by the petty cashier. So impress system of petty cash book, as you can read here, it is a system where the main cashier gives a certain fixed amount to the petty cashier to meet petty expenses every month. At the end of every month, the petty cashier submits the account to the main cashier, and thereafter the main cashier reimburses the actual amount spent. Very important, the actual spent amount spent by the petty cashier. That means in case of petty cash book, there is only you can say one receipt, that is the amount granted by the main cashier to the petty cashier. Now this is the format of petty cash book, or form of petty cash book. As you can see, on the debit side, first of all you will write the debit side, and because again, though it is a petty cash book, but it is cash ultimately, and debit side we record the amount received because it is a real account. So on the debit side, the very first column will be amount received. The second column will be cash book folio number. That means the amount which is sanctioned by the main cashier to the petty cashier. Where is this amount posted in the cash book? That page number will be mentioned in this column, that is cash book folio. Then the third column will be the date column. The fourth column will be particulars column. This particular column will be common for both debit as well as the credit side. Then the fifth column will be the voucher number, again the bill number. Then the fifth column, basically the sixth column will be the total payments. Now again, since it is a cash book, so payments means it is a credit side. So these are the main six columns which are to be made as it is. Repeating again, debit side, first column amount received, then cash book folio number, date, particulars, voucher number. These are common for debit and the credit side. Then credit side, total payments. Then this is basically analytical format of petty cash book. Now the analysis of payments column, that means the categories. These are the different categories which have been categorized. The expenses, the petty expenses of similar nature category will be posted in the amount, and those petty expenses which do not find place in such categories will be posted in the last column, as you can see, miscellaneous expenses. So there are, as you can see, six categories. One is postage and courier charges. Then, and obviously postage and courier charges will include the expenses like stamps, tickets, etc. The second one is wages, obviously small amount wages. The third is conveyance, it will include the expenses like transportation, etc., small expenses. Then the fourth column is cartage, fifth column is stationery, and all those petty expenses which do not find place in these five columns. Which are the five columns? Postage and courier, wages, conveyance, cartage, and stationery. All those petty nature expenses will be shown in the miscellaneous column. So all the submission, the total of particular date, that horizontal total of this will be posted in total payments. So let us consider an example so as to make the question and the balancing part very easy for you. Enter the following transactions in the petty cash book of Shri Prem Sagar with appropriate analysis columns. That means obviously you have to make analytical petty cash book. Even if this instruction was not given, it is obvious that you have to make an analytical petty cash book and be very particular with the format, children. No doubt it is quite a lengthy format, but it is scoring at the same time. Balance it on 15th May 2016. That means you have to balance it on 15th May itself because the date is given. Otherwise we would have balanced it on 31st May. And show the amount which should be received from the cashier to make up the amount of the impressed 5,000. That means the impressed fixed amount is 5,000. Now at the end of the month, that is on 15th May, the main cashier will reimburse the amount actual spent by the petty cashier so as to make his position equal to 5,000. So you have to make an analytical petty cash book. At the same time you have to calculate how much will be the amount reimbursed by the main cashier to the petty cashier. So let us see. And how much should be the total amount after all, after reimbursement? 5,000. Remember that. Now, 2016 May 1st, received from cashier rupees 4,720, the amount required to make up the amount of the impressed, namely 5,000. So, how much should be the amount? 5,000. How much has been received from the main cashier? 4,720. That means amount should have been 5,000, but it is actually receiving 4,720. That means the remaining excess, that is 5,000 minus 4,720, that means that remaining is already lying as a balance. Now see, as you can see here in the solution, in the particulars column, May 1st 2016, we have already shown two balance brought down, and since it is a debit balance, therefore we are starting with the word to. Be very particular, children. Here the particular column is common for both the sides, therefore you have to be very particular while writing the word to or by. Since we are writing the balance brought down, the difference amount which is already lying with the petty cashier. So I have written to balance brought down, and obviously because this is the debit balance of cash, because nothing is given and we know that cash always has a debit balance, so the amount will be posted on the debit side, that is 280 rupees, as you can see on the left hand side. How we have got 280? We know that the impressed fixed amount is 5000. At the beginning of May, the main cashier is granting the petty cashier a sum of 4720. That means 280 was earlier lying with him. Now this 4720 which is being given right now to the to the petty cashier by the main cashier, again it will be shown in the debit side because it is a receipt, and in particulars column we'll write to cash account. Why we are writing to? Because again it is a receipt, because we are posting it on the debit side. And why we are writing cash account? Because we are bringing this money from the main cashier, from the main cash book. Coming to the question, purchased stamps 400. Now if you remember, we have a separate column for postage and courier, and paid for carriage rupees 300. This, now stamp will go in the column of postage and courier, and carriage will go in the column of conveyance. Now let us see in the solution. May 1st, and again all these are payments, so therefore they will be written on the credit side, and as we know particular column is same, so we will write buy stamps and buy carriage. As you can see, by stamp we have written in the postage and courier column 400, and by carriage we have written in the cartage basically 300. And total amount, the horizontal total we have shown in the total payments, 400 of the line of stamp and 300 of the line of carriage. Coming to the next transaction, May 3rd, paid for office cleaning 200. If you remember, there is no such column for office cleaning. That means this will be recorded in miscellaneous expenses. As such, buy office cleaning 200 in the miscellaneous column. As you can see, buy office cleaning 200 in the miscellaneous expense, and the total of payment of 200 in the total payment column on the credit side. Then paid for wages, we have a separate column for wages, so this 250 will be recorded in the wages column. Then paid railway fare 350, it will be a part of conveyance. Then paid bus fare 400, again it will be a part of conveyance. So as you can see, May 3rd, buy wages 250 in the wages column, buy railway fare 350 in the conveyance column, buy bus fare 400 in the conveyance column. Same date, but the total is shown separately of the, because we are showing the horizontal total of the same category. Now obviously it will be coming to the net amount of total payment will be the same which you have posted in the respective amount columns. Then the next one, May 8th, paid for wages. Again we have a column for wages, so there will be post 240. And T2 office staff, we don't have any specific column for this, so we will put it in the miscellaneous column 220. So as you can see, May 8th, buy wages 240 in the wages column, the same we have shown in the total payments column besides that. Then the next one is by T2 office staff 220 in the miscellaneous expense, and same we have shown in the total payment. Next, May 10th, paid reward to servants rupees 150. Again, if you see, by reward to servants 150, again we don't have any, it is not a wages, it is a reward. We don't have a separate column, so we have posted it in the miscellaneous column. Then bought shorthand notebooks for office 580. Where can we show this? We can show this very well in the basically stationery, because these are the notebooks. So buy notebooks 580, and we have shown it in the stationery column. Then paid wages to casual labor 400. We have a separate column for wages, so we have shown buy wages 400 in the wages column, and the same amount has been shown in the total payment column in front of wages. Then May 12th, purchased pens and and pencils 520. This will be a part in the stationery column. And paid for envelopes 250 rupees. That will be a part of, as you can see, in the same envelopes also. So buy pens and pencils 520 in stationery, and buy envelopes 250. Don't put these envelopes in courier and stamp, because it is not said that these are purchased for posting a letter or something like that. So all these will be part of stationery. Buy pens and pencil 520, the same amount we have shown in the total payment column, and same with buy envelopes 250 we have shown in the stationery, and the same we have shown in the total payment column. Then the last one, May 15th, paid for repairs to typewriter. Again, there is no such different column for this, separate column for this, so we will put this amount in the miscellaneous column. By repairs 200 rupees in the miscellaneous column, and the same we have shown in the total payment column. So we have posted all the petty payments on the credit side. We have shown the debit amount which we were received and we had balance. Now we have to balance it. How to balance it? First of all, you will calculate the total payment and you will calculate the total receipt. That means total, you will do the total of debit side and you will do the total of credit side. So as you can see, the total of debit side is coming to 5,000 and the total of credit side, that is the payment, is coming to 4,460. That means the petty cashier was having 5,000 rupees, out of which he has spent 4,460 rupees in petty expenses. So how much is balance still left with him? 540. How you have got it? Debit side minus credit side, that is 5,000 minus 4,460. And since we are balancing the petty cash book on May 15th, it is informed by the question. Otherwise we would have done the balancing at the end of the month, that is 31st May. So as we know, since the debit side is greater than the credit side, that means definitely the deficiency must have been on the credit side. So we will write by, because the balancing figure has been written on the credit side. So we will write by balance carried down, the difference amount, that is 540, and then we will do the subtotal 5,000 on debit and the credit side. Then what we are writing in carry down has to be brought down on the opposite side, that is debit side in this case. So we will write May 16, the very next date. Be very particular with the date, children. The very next date will be two balance brought down, because balance carried down was on the credit side, so definitely balance brought down will be on the debit side. So we have written two balance brought down, and since we are writing the amount on the debit side, therefore we have to be very particular that we write the amount also on the left hand side debit column, that is 540. Now how much amount the main cashier will reimburse? Actually what is being spent by him, that is 4,460. Again this will be reimbursed by the main cashier. So again it is a receipt, it will be posted on the debit side, 4,460 rupees, and in particulars column we will write to cash account. So this is the way how we close and prepare a petty cash book. So I hope it is clear to you, children. Just go through the video once again. With this we come to an end to the chapter cash book, and be very particular about the contra entries, about the format, etc., especially the format of petty cash book, because it is quite confusing. Then this is the assignment based on this part, children. You have to answer the following questions in your register. Question number 1, you have to solve practical question number 14, 15 and 16. These three questions are purely based on petty cash book from the chapter books of original entry cash book of your accounts book by D.K. Goyal. You need to practice all these three questions in your copies, children. Question number 2, you have to write a short note on Impress system of petty cash book. What is an Impress system of petty cash book? It is a system whereby the main cashier at the beginning of every month grants some impressed amount to the petty cashier, whatever it's decided, and at the end of every month the petty cashier furnishes the books of account or the petty cash book to the main cashier, and on scrutinizing, after being satisfied and after verifying it, the main cashier reimburses the petty cashier the amount which he has actually spent. Then question number 3, you have to prepare a format of petty cash book. For this you can definitely consult your book, and I have taken the same format here, so you can make it from here as well. So this is the format of petty cash book which you can prepare, children. So kindly go through it. I hope the topics discussed in this video is clear to you, children. Just go through part 1, part 2, part 3. Revise the topics, revise the adjustments, revise and learn the points to remember. Understand the logic. The chapters will become easier, and especially practice as many questions as you can do, children. So with this we come to an end to the chapter cash book. Now, after this, we'll be starting with a new chapter, that is final accounts with adjustments. And it is just my advice to you, before we start with that chapter, please revise the chapter final accounts without adjustments that we have done for unit test 2. So kindly go through that chapter so that final accounts with adjustment becomes easier for you. Till then, thank you children. Take care.